Have you ever wondered why some of your dreams, some of your ideas do not come to life? Sometimes it's a common phenomenon. People have put thoughts, people have created things in their mind, built mansions in their minds, started businesses in their mind, expanded in their minds. They think about it, romance about it in their thoughts, such that they derived the pleasure of having those things in actual reality. And that's a problem. So, how do you bring those things in your thoughts even to reality? This is by setting goals and objectives. And this brings us to the new topic of the day, which is strategic goals and objectives. And first, let's differentiate. What's the difference between goals and objectives? Goals are long-term end point. This is what I want to achieve. However, sometimes our goals are vague, sometimes they are not articulated, sometimes they are not, all encompassing and, capturing the important things. Objectives bring those goals home, and that's why we have them as SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So we're going to consider how each of these SMART, and then we must have heard about it, bring about the goal in the end. Now, I'm sure you must have heard about SMART goals before. However, I'm bringing in more perspective into it. So now let's look at what the S stands for. That is specific. This means that the goals must be clear and well defined. It means that you have a full grasp of where you're going to, and you have it at a glance. You should be able to summarize where you're going to, the goal. And measurable. At every point along the way, how do you measure this goal? How do you measure? How do you know that this thing is being achieved? That is measurable. So it must be a qualitative and quantitative goal. The next is achievable. So sometimes, why a lot of people do not also go along with their line of goal at some point is because they've set some goals that are not achievable, and because they could not meet some of them, they end up being depressed or not being able to set another goal. So you need to set goals that are achievable, things that you know can be done. So sometimes we advise that you set the most achievable, then you set the next most achievable, then you keep setting like that till you get to some height where you can even dream and plan alongside things you've not worked along before. So start with your immediate things within your control, things in your immediate environment, achieve them, move on to the next, make it tougher, make it higher, but still achievable. Relevant is next. This is key because people have set goals away from their company's vision, their company's mission, their company's core values. So all of these things should still be centered around the company's culture, the company's core values, things that make your company grow, that gives your company more brand edge. And the final one, which is time bound. Any goal that doesn't have a time frame is not a goal. It's wishful thinking. So there must be a start time and there must be an end time. So don't leave it indefinite. It can be 3 weeks, it can be 3 months, it can be 3 years. Make sure your goal has time bound. Let me give you an example. You want to be the biggest exporter of fish in Nigeria. You know that if you are being realistic, it may not happen within 3 years, 5 years sometimes. It may not even happen in 10 years. So the best thing is to set this goal for probably a decade. You want to be the largest exporter. However, what can I do in the short and middle term to ensure that that final goal is achievable? So it could be that let me take a training on fish farming. Let me take a training on exportation. Let me put all of this together and start a farm. Let me attract investors. Let me, be more strategic about the entire business because I have something I'm going to show you at the end of the day. So all of those, the future brings me to the present and make me work those things out to have a final result. It's not first what I do in the present that makes me achieve my future. No, I must have traveled to the future, have a glimpse of what it looks like, set goals there, then I come into the present and begin to do things gradually, small and bits and bits, to make sure that they all come together to get to the final goal. And let me just explain what I mean by relevance also here. If you're trying to be the biggest fish exporter in the next 10 years, and what you're focused on at the moment is raising chickens, it means that there's something wrong with that goal and it may never get achieved. So what you're doing in the present, in the immediate, in the middle term, is not commensurate with that final and long-term goal. So at the end of 5 years, you're still wearing chicken. How do you want to achieve that goal? So the end goal gives us insight to what we should do at the moment, what we should do in the next 3 months, what we should do in the next 6 months, 1 year, 5 years. And that's why a lot of business owners do not have templates. They do not have milestones for their business because they can't see far. They can't see what their business should look like in the next 5 to 10 years. So that sight brings us to actionable steps, things that we can do in the present, things that we can do in the next 3 years, things that we can do in the next 5 years to achieve it. Finally, I'll be speaking how the vision and the mission of a company will help you set your goals and objectives. So the vision is the overall goal, that is the end goal of your business. What are you trying to achieve with this business? What is the end goal? What do you see when you started that business? What was the sight you see at the end? That is your vision. Why your mission defines your purpose, your values, things around why you exist. So this informs your goals. It also informs your objectives. So this informs your goals and your objectives, like what we have established. To get started with your objectives and your goals, the first step you need to do is to reevaluate your vision and also reevaluate your mission. Why are you in that business? What are you trying to achieve on the long term? If you need to set your vision again or remold your mission, I think you need to do that. Those should come together to give you a pattern, a mindset, the kind of thoughts that will help your objectives and your goals at the end of the day. Join me same time tomorrow to discuss about how external factors around the company, which could include the industry, the economy, the society, can affect your business. Thank you.